So we're at the point now where we want to start working with real data. Rather than just always making this dummy data on a component like we have done so far, we want to store that in an actual database, then hook up our View application with that database. So to do that, we'll be using an online tool called Firebase. So what is Firebase exactly? Well, it's an amazing online service provided by Google, which can do a ton of different things, but in a nutshell, Firebase acts as a backend server to our client-side apps, much like this client-side app right here that we're building with Vue. This runs in the browser, a client. So instead of creating a whole backend ourselves to handle things like data storage, authentication, cloud functions, anything like that, Firebase can do for us. It provides a whole backend layer for our apps that we can easily configure and communicate with. So the three main things that we'll be using Firebase for in this course are the real-time NoSQL database. And real-time just means that as something updates, it can push out notifications to our applications. It updates in real time. Authentication, we'll be using that in a later chapter. And app deployment, but we'll also be having a little look at Firebase Cloud Functions as well. So by using Firebase for these three things, or four things maybe, we really don't have to worry about the server-side implementation of them. We can trust Google to do all of that heavy lifting for us, and we can just reach out to our Firebase backend and communicate with it when we need to. So if you want to sign up for Firebase, what you'll need to do is go to firebase.google.com. And we can see here all the different features if we scroll down. These are all the different things that Firebase can do for us. Like I said, we'll only be using those four things. The real-time database, which is actually now the Cloud Firestore. This is in beta. We'll be using that. We'll be using hosting as well. We'll be using a little bit of Cloud Functions perhaps at the very end. And we'll also be using it to deploy and host our application. So you'll want to sign up for a free account. There should be a sign up button up here if you're not already logged in. Once you have signed up, click on this link to go to your console. So this console right here will list all of the different projects that you've made so far. So you can see that I've already created a few of them. I've got three here: Vue, Geo Ninjas, Ninja Smoothies, and Ninja View Chat or Ninja Chat View. They're three of the ones that I've created for this course. We will be making more from scratch. This one here is just my personal website. So if you've just signed up, you won't see any yet, but keeping it simple, each project that we create here on Firebase is going to be for a single project on the front end, a single client-side app that we create. So we're going to have a unique backend for each different project that we make in Vue. So let's start by making a new project. Click on this, then it's going to pop up with some options. I'm going to call this Udemy Ninja-Smoothies. Okay, so you can choose your country or region there. I'm going to choose United Kingdom and then I'll create. So that's just going to take a minute to create your project. When it's done, click on continue and that's going to relocate you to an admin panel, if you like, for your Firebase project. So there's a little guide here about how to get started and hook up Firebase to our application on the front end. We'll do that in the next video. But there's also a load of different information and links on the left. These are the different services that we'll be using. So we'll be using a database, authentication at some point, hosting, and functions at some point maybe. So that's how we can set up a new project in Firebase. In the next video, what we'll do is dive into this database section to create a new Firestore to host all of our data for our application.